I've seen two videos recently talking about the best exercise for Pectus Excavatum, and they're claiming it to be a certain exercise, which in fact I would say is one of the worst exercises for Pectus Excavatum. So anyway, the exercise that people are claiming is amazing is a dumbbell fly. Now, it's one of my least programmed exercises. In fact, I really don't like to program it. Obviously, some clients who don't have access to a cable, it can be good, but I actually rather banded variants. Sometimes I'll do a dumbbell fly, but with certain prescriptions in terms of how they should be doing it and the effect. But it is definitely an inferior chest exercise in comparison to a cable fly and in comparison to a lot of exercises for Pectus Excavatum. It would be very low on my list. And there are three main reasons why I do not encourage you to be doing a dumbbell fly as the best exercise, that's for sure. But there is a way to do it that can be good. And so I'll run you through that, and that's how I program it for my clients as well. So firstly, with the dumbbell fly, the first reason why I don't love it is because obviously we're doing the dumbbell fly to build the chest, okay? It's meant to be a chest exercise. And so obviously when we're training for Pectus, we're trying to build the chest around it to make it look better. Now, a big focus of Pectus is obviously it's a deformity in the inside of your chest. And so what I think is so key is optimizing exercises for adduction, okay? To recruit the chest and even the non-spanning chest fibers, okay? Your fibers run across your whole chest, but there are non-spanning fibers ones. And when you're optimizing adduction with a full range of motion, you can engage them more. So thinking a single arm cable fly crossover or a cable crossover high to low, feel that squeeze. You'll be able to feel and engage your chest more, and it's going to get you a much better stimulus because we're trying to build muscle right around the deformity, and the more we can develop a full sculpted whole chest, the better. When you're doing the dumbbell fly, there's absolutely no tension in the adduction portion. So if you lie on a bench and you do it, you're only going to feel anything in that end range, and specifically you're going to feel like just out here on your chest. And there's like no tension from here to here, which is like the most important part in comparison to like a cable fly. So generally speaking, like the actual muscle engagement is far inferior. Also, it's not the safest exercise. It puts your shoulders in a really vulnerable position, okay? And because of that, you can't go heavy, okay? And because you can't really go heavy and get progressive overload and push the intensity, then it's inferior for building muscle. So it's very important when you're doing exercises that they're enabling you to push the intensity, because it's in the intensity and the training close to failure that you're able to build muscle and engage the muscle. On a cable fly, you can absolutely burn that out and smash it and just burn your chest and train with intensity. On a dumbbell fly, you can't do that at all. If you try and go heavy, you're gonna feel like your shoulders are gonna pop, and that's probably because they are. So it's an exercise that when prescribed, it needs to be prescribed in a certain tempo and with a certain stimulus in mind. And the stimulus cannot be RPE 10 training to failure on a dumbbell fly, because you are going to hurt yourself. And that is another reason why it's not a good exercise for this, because you can't go heavy enough and it's unsafe. So there are the three reasons: not heavy, unsafe, and not optimal for engaging the chest. So how do you do a dumbbell fly then? My personal recommendation would be a floor dumbbell fly. It's that end range of motion where you're going deep in the stretch, and if you lose control, you're going to potentially really hurt your shoulders. So a floor dumbbell fly is going to keep you a lot safer. And because of that, you're going to be able to go heavier. And so you're going to be able to go heavy and push the progressive overload on it. So that would be my favorite way to do the dumbbell fly. Or if you're doing it on a bench, it needs to be with a stipulation that you're not going too heavy, you're not going to go to failure, and you're going to really just focus on a really good stretch. And that's going to be the part that you're trying to engage your chest. And maybe you're going to be pairing it with something else, like a cross grip press or some other kind of movement that's emphasizing adduction. So you've got an adduction focused movement combined with a stretch focused movement. Now, I think one of the reasons these guys were saying the exercise is good is because the stretch actually opens and like will make your chest flat, which is not true, okay? Like, it's something that I'm trying to emphasize in my videos. People get the illusion that I'm saying exercise is going to make your chest flat. There's no way that a dumbbell fly is making your chest flat, or any of these exercises are making your chest flat. When I'm saying open the chest, I'm talking about the postural improvement like associated with something like a dumbbell pullover, by improving your thoracic mobility and helping with those internally rotated shoulders and that posture that will make Pectus look worse. If I were to list like any kind of chest exercise, a dumbbell chest press, a bench press, an incline, decline, cable fly high to low, low to high, chest press machine, single arm chest press machine, unilateral dumbbell press, I would prefer all of them to a dumbbell fly. Please do not think that that is the best exercise for Pectus. Please. And if you're taking advice from someone, make sure that they have lots of client testimonials, so therefore you know that their program actually works and gets a result. I've helped hundreds of people, and they have a good physique themselves. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe for future videos. And if you're interested in coaching, links in the description. I've got a few client spots available, and I'd love to have you on board.